Nerazzurri fans from all over the world, welcome to the Interglobe. Inter-Verona 1-0. Good game, 3 points. Good game for the points, but not for the way we performed. But I think it's physiological. We won, as I said in the title, with a dash of gas. Why? Because it was the only way to win. When you have eight games in 1 month, how can you possibly play each one of them with the same hunger and stamina? It's just not human, especially when you have to go through many rotations that damage the mechanisms, of course, because when you are used to having Brozovic, Barella, and Çalhanoğlu, and you change two or even three members of this midfield, it's obvious that you're going to have some sort of problems to solve. So I appreciate the way we won because it was the right way to play, especially before the Supercoppa final. We couldn't give it all yesterday in terms of mental and physical energy, because we would have been discharged in 3 days when we have this final. Nevertheless, we started off very well, and it's not the first time. Inter is the team that scored more goals in Serie A in the first 5 minutes. We scored 4 goals in the first 5 minutes. The second team has 2, and I think it's Lazio. So very good beginning, also because it's a sign of consistency, not because of this game only. And after the goal, we had another couple of opportunities, but we didn't put the game to sleep, which is something that we almost never do, so not to be surprised. I started feeling a bit of danger around our penalty area because of Juric. Basically because he was the only forward in the team, but he played really excellently in terms of his physical approach and his positioning. Every ball was his. I really like the way he gets the ball. Then, he doesn't have the players around him to create a fruitful dialogue most of the times, but the way that he positions himself and that he gets the ball is really something to appreciate. And so, I was a bit worried, also because then we had this shot from Mkhitaryan that basically would have been a goal had not been deflected with a hand by the defender of Verona. So that was a penalty that was not given. And in the last 15 minutes, basically, Verona started to grow more and more. Then we went to the locker room. We went back on the pitch without the right Squid Game mentality that I always evoke. And Verona gave us a little trouble, not in terms of shots on goal, even if there were 2 or 3 occasions in which for example, I can remember Onana not going out to get the ball and getting in a sort of fight with Skriniar. So they did get close to our area, and nevertheless, they didn't create these many concrete opportunities. In the end, they only shot on goal once. While we shot on goal 3 times on target, and in general we have 11 shots towards the goal and they have only 6. So they really didn't create headaches for our Onana. But the team was a bit slower, also with the substitutions. We were not helped by the referee, because apart from the penalty, there was a clear red card in the second half that was not given as well. So thankfully they didn't have the right chance. So we controlled the game and we brought it home. Let's go to the players. Onana 5.5. I like the way he manages the ball very much. His long shots, short shots, very confident. But yesterday it was a disaster when he had to come out of the goal 3 times, not 1, not 2, 3 times. Skriniar had to tell you, oh, what the freak are you doing? Because he was not coming out when it was clear, even from the TV watching, that that was a ball that Onana had to catch. So I wasn't happy with the way he played in the goal. He also saved 1 shot, which was actually gonna end up out of the goal, so not very precise. And nothing major, but 5.5 yesterday. Skriniar 6.5, very solid as usual, and impeccable in a couple of balls that he took away from the opponents in the second half. So 6.5, I think he has found the consistency that psychologically was kinda missing in the first part of the season. Acerbi say he did well with Osimhen and he did well with Juric, who is not an easy client because really he impressed me, especially because he's like a wardrobe, as we say in Italy, un armadio. He's huge, and so Acerbi had really some work to do, and he gets a 6. Bastoni 5.5. He's kind of shy, kind of insecure, kind of slow. I mean, undecided. In the second half, there was a moment in which we had the ball on the sideline, and he looked like a glitch of a video game. He was going, well, the side where you want to shoot this ball, where you want to throw it, no? I mean, really worrying for me because it's such a strong resource for our team, but we're not taking advantage as we should. So I hope that he really can become determinant on Wednesday's match. Darmian 6, a man you can count on always. Gagliardini, a man you can never count on. No, I don't want to be harsh with Gaglia because everybody already is. And as a matter of fact, I give him a 6 for yesterday's performance. And it would have been 6 even with Parma had he not made that fatal mistake in the end of the game in which he gave the ball to their players and basically jeopardized the whole qualification. So yesterday he crossed a beautiful ball for Lautis for a header in the beginning, and then in general he played, I would say, sufficiently. So my grade for Gagliardini is 6. Chala 7. The Sultan of Swing, Çalhanoğlu. You're talking about the Sultan of Swing, Çalhanoğlu. It's a 7. Immense defensively, classy when it comes to build game, and a true leader coming back from the injury and yet playing so tough. 7. Mkhitaryan 7 plus. Very good game. Amazing percussion on the first goal when he went into the box, and he basically would have scored another goal without that hand, or he would have originated a penalty anyway. So another key play for Mkhitaryan after the goal. And so all in all, I saw him very concentrated, unlike the last couple of games, and he brings home a 7 plus. Di Marco 6 plus. He had 1 or 2 beautiful runs on the wing, but that's not enough really. And he was also pretty good defensively. We never had big attacks on his side. But you know, he just got us used to amazing things more than once during a game, and that's why he played well, 6 plus, but I wasn't impressed. Dzeko 4. I love Dzeko, il Cigno di Sarajevo, the Sarajevo Swan. I love him very much, but it's not human to play so much, and it's you see it. 36 years old, one game every 3 days, you can't deliver. So very bad in the give and goes, very bad in conquering the ball, very bad in holding the ball, and also, frankly, very bad in the chemistry with Lauti. In the first half, they ran both of them on the first post when a cross was about to come. In the second half, they didn't understand each other when they were passing the ball and the ball went out. Not a good game from Dzeko, understandably, because he's playing too much. So it's a 4, but it's not his fault. Lauti, best man on the pitch. Man of the match, 8. Predatory. Amazing in the first goal. He controls the ball with the left foot, then he touches it again with the right, and then he shoots with the left, like in the only millimetric tunnel that in between the legs of the defenders could get to the back of the net. And so he did. But this is only one of the great things he did, you know. He had this nice header that I was talking about on the cross of Gaglia, and he is a very good header despite being 174. As a matter of fact, I believe he's one of the best goal scorer with the headers of his height in Europe. So really amazing. Also, they canceled the goal from him, which was a pearl with this beautiful cucchiaio, this lob ball, but he probably there committed a foul with against the defender, and he was very good also in coming back, especially in the last minutes of the game, which were minutes of a lot of pain for us Inter fans, and he came back and he conquered a couple of balls really with personality and with the right toughness that we should have in every one of our players. So it's an 8 for Lati. Aslani 6.5, amazing shot, would have been a goal, you know, the stadium would have collapsed because it would have been really an Euro goal, that shot from out of the penalty box. But 6.5 because he's really getting slowly into the mechanism, you know, getting acquainted. And I see him a bit more at ease, a bit less nervous, demanding the ball with his arms a bit less, and focusing on the plays a bit more. So 6.5. Correa 4 minus. I mean, let's not lose time with this player. Doesn't even deserve the time to be judged. It's a 4 minus, and the definition of his performance is impalpable. Impalpable. Absurd. Gosens 6 plus. Not 6.5, but 6 plus for Gosens. Good but not great. Solid, but again, he played too little time to leave an imprint on the match. Barella 6, Carboni without a grade because he played too little to be judged. Inzaghi 6 plus. Why I give him a 6 plus? First, because I think that the approach, as we've seen, was very good, because we scored right in the first minutes and it's not the first time that he builds the right approach. Secondly, because he chose Gagliardini over Aslani. Many supporters were upset about this, but it's the right choice because Verona is a very, very physical team. We've seen it, the amount of fouls that they commit, and the way they play, the way they press, and so it was really important to have somebody physical in midfield. So I second the choice of Inzaghi of putting Gagliardini in the starting lineup for this game. The mistake was for me to leave Dzeko on the pitch for too long, but maybe there was no other solution since the alternative is Correa, who is not easy to define even. And also the way we came back in the second half wasn't perfect because we didn't put the game to sleep, but you know, the substitutions were right, and in the end bringing home this sort of game in this part of the season is crucial. So it's definitely a 6 plus. That's it for today. Please, if you enjoyed the video, punch the like button and subscribe. It's very important for me. Like button, subscribe. Thank you so much, and leave a comment. That would be very appreciated so I can make my videos better. For today, that's all. As always, Forza Magica Inter. Ciao!